The housing assignments will be prioritized in the following order. Our students who joined us as first-year students for the fall and the summer of 2022, as well as this spring 2023 semester, will have first priority to receive their housing assignment. The next priority and our second priority will go to students who started and joined during the 2021 year, and our first-year students who started in the spring of 2022, and our transfer students who started in spring 2022 and spring of 2023. Third priority is for students who started in 2020. Fourth priority is students who started in 2019 or later. And the fifth priority is any graduate student and second bachelor degree student, regardless of the year that they started at the university.
My name is Marcy Wilder. I am from Orlando, Florida. First, our RA messaged us because we have like a floor group chat that the RA made. And he was like, hey, they're making some changes. They're prioritizing freshmen becoming sophomores over everyone else to get housing. And we're like, that sucks. But he didn't know that there was a whole priority system. He just knew that freshmen were being prioritized because of the whole debacle with the hotels. And then the email got sent out 2 Wednesdays ago that had the whole priority list, and graduate students were put in 5th. And I was like, what the hell? And because I need a car. I don't have a car, but if I wanted to live off campus, I would almost need one completely. And I'm not gonna go get a license because FAU is evicting me, because I already have my own issues with getting a license, but I'm not gonna go do that because FAU is evicting me. And then what I was worried about was that my roommate, since she's a senior, she's in the 4th priority and I'm in 5th. And I'm like, I wonder if I'll be like dragging her down by being in the same roommate group with her. And then I asked that at the information meeting last week, and they were like, yeah, you're dragging down your roommate if you're in different priority systems or priority lists. So I didn't even mention what priorities we were. I just said, hey, if there's like a roommate group with multiple priorities, what will happen? They're like, oh, the lowest priority will drag the group down. I'm like, yeah, that's definitely what I want to hear as a 5th priority person. I really care about her and I don't want to ruin her housing experience, but we ended up working it out and we still applied. And then yesterday was when the application opened, and I couldn't get through for an hour and 30 minutes, and it took my roommate 3 hours to get through the system because everyone was trying to apply for it at once. It's just like very stressful that my campus is evicting me, especially since I don't have a car or a license. So I kind of need to be close, which is why the prices are so high, because I need to be 20 minutes walking distance or else I won't be able to get here. And if I'm not able to get here, I might as well just go back to Orlando. What's next for me is that I'm looking at apartments this Friday, and I may or may not share with me, my roommate, and another GTA. We're talking about maybe sharing, maybe not sharing. My roommate was like, you do not have to find me housing. So like, I want to help her, but she's like, you don't have to worry about that. If it doesn't work out, it's fine. But because my mom wants to get that deposit in soon, but on February 27th, I find out if I have a room or if I'm waitlisted.
On February 27th, thousands of FAU students expecting housing assignments were waitlisted, including many students currently living on campus and student employees. So you ready to get started?
Yeah.
All right, so just quick introduction. What is your name and where are you from?
My name is Connor. I'm from Tampa, and I go to FAU. This is my 2nd year, going into my 3rd. My Instagram account is FAU Affirmations, and I post manifestations on there, basically the jokes about the school. So, for example, if there's an issue with housing, I make a joke that housing is perfect. We're kind of manifesting that it will be perfect. I think I started using it to more criticize FAU starting last fall semester, when I started having a lot of issues with administration, because I have to work with them a lot because I'm a double major, changing my major, working with them for honors program stuff. All of it is very hard to do. There's a lot of little loopholes that they try to push so that they don't have to do work. And it's very frustrating. So I turned to my FAU account and post to the world that I'm frustrated. And people seem to enjoy that more. So. think it lets students that haven't really considered what FAU is doing or just haven't really been looking. Because I know some people who follow me don't actually follow like the Florida Atlantic accounts and don't really keep up with it. And I know people who found out they were waitlisted from my post. So it's not only beneficial for keeping people like aware of what's going on, but I think it also helps kind of provide like a place for people who are justifiably upset to kind of make themselves known, make themselves heard. Because this happened yesterday. The housing Instagram, FAU housing Instagram, was deleting and turning off their comments because people were upset and replying under their most recent post about welcome class of 2027, can't wait to see you. So people who go here and are upset that they don't have housing were replying to that, and the housing Instagram was deleting comments. Now people who don't even like know if they're actually going to FAU, people who have like applied for housing but have never been here before, are being prioritized over people who are graduating, which seniority seems like it would be important, but I guess not. And that's not to say I don't want those people like the I guess that would be class of like 2026 or 27. It's not that I don't want them to have housing. I'm not saying that, but the fact that FAU has decided to prioritize like a group of people that they don't know compared to a group that has consistently proved that they are willing to pay and stay here, it's ridiculous to me. And they're also setting up those students to stay for 1 or 2 years and then go, oh, I don't have housing anymore, because that's what's been happening since, I believe you put it in your video, since 2018. So
Right, that the hotel situation. I'm fairly confident that they'll do something to that effect again. Because why wouldn't they? They
yeah,
off of that to put as many students as they can in those empty hotels. So, like, do you expect to be given the hotel option?
honestly, I expect it to be an option for several people who were waitlisted, but I don't know that, me personally, like I don't know that I would accept that if I was given that option. I'll just at that point I'll just try and find somewhere else to go. Like they're pushing students out. So why live in a hotel across the street if you don't want me to live here in the first place? Or, and I know this got rejected, but or try and propose more housing so
Right.
that they can build something so then there's more places for people to live, because people living in hotels right now is ridiculous. And then also student employees were not prioritized, which I was surprised about, because you'd think even if they didn't want to say student employees were prioritized, that you would hear something about like, oh, well, I got it and I work for them. But I know several students who work for FAU and all of them were waitlisted. It's like, so you're not prioritizing people who can't commute at all. You're not prioritizing people who work for you, and you're not prioritizing people who are going to graduate or your graduate students. It's it's very backwards to me. That's the only word I have for it. It's completely ridiculous. Outside housing, the off-campus housing that FAU provided on their website, on their, well, if you don't get housing, check out our off-campus options. I checked those out. The lowest price claims to be 900 a month for, I believe, a 4 bedroom. So everyone would be paying 900. Um, but that one had a range of 900 to about $3,000 a month per individual. So that was their cheapest option on the website. And I was looking at the other options, and everything is above what someone could make with Florida's minimum wage in a month. And the average rent in Boca is like almost 2 times that. It's like just under $3,000.
Is there anything else you'd like to say?
Do better, FAU, please. Like in my like final message that I sent out when I graduated, I was like, I'm coming back to the school I love, and it's like, I love this school. That's why I came back for graduate school. I literally graduated in August and was a graduate student in August. But it's like, it's extremely stressful, and it's almost like FAU doesn't care, which again is a lesson I should have learned, especially doing journalism here. But it just really sucked. And like, I've never been so angry that I'm shaking, but I was like, that's how angry I was at this. And the Stacy Mosley, who was hosting the info sessions, just seemed very callous in her responses to very stressed out and angry parents.
Again, good afternoon. My name is Stacy Mosley. I'm the Associate Director for Assignments and Contracts at Florida Atlantic University Housing and Residential Education today.
Especially one parent who was like, I'm out of state and like we're going to be homeless. And she was like, well, make sure you apply on time. And I'm like, that doesn't help us. And also it seems weird that FAU is telling me to go live off campus. Like, shouldn't you want my money? I thought that was the point of universities, was to make money. But yeah, so they need to look at better opportunities, because housing was one of the reasons I came to the school. And if it wasn't like it was, I would have never come here.
I was also looking on Zillow and all that stuff to try and find out, like, kind of gauge where I should be at, just in case I end up having to find a place to live. And it just does not seem like this is an option that a lot of students will be able to have. Like, it doesn't seem like it's going to be very viable for a lot of students. Because I don't have exact numbers, so I'm just saying a lot, but I know there were a lot waitlisted that are not going to end up having housing. So the fact that we don't know where we're going to end up for another almost 2 weeks, and then we have to scramble and find somewhere to live, it's ridiculous to me.
FAU leaders say they're working through unprecedented demand for on-campus housing, with 75% of the students who currently live on campus wanting to return to the dorms next year. The university told me on the first day they opened the housing portal for students to re-sign contracts, more than 3,000 students applied, and it just kept going, past the 5,100 available spots.
Parents of students at Florida Atlantic University, they're really frustrated, and they're actually turning to us here at News Channel 5 for some answers.
Many students who are juniors and seniors are just learning that they are on a wait list for housing, even though they've lived on campus since their freshman year.
WBPT News Channel 5's Michelle Casada tonight looking into a housing situation at FAU and why these parents are saying they cannot afford off-campus living.